All right, so here today we picked up a questionable confirmation. I don't know what they're cooking up here. Seemingly, so a lot of you in the comment section confirmed to me, all right, this was what my comment said. They said that 100% the next LR has to be, drum roll please, either the variation between Helbram, right? Because again we know it's Helbram. That's an indisputable kind of thing that's confirmed. Everyone in my comments was like, it's blue Helbram. It's green Helbram. It's one of the two. Can't be the other one. It's one of those two. Well, you all wrong. It's a different Helbram. Take a look over here. Tell me what you think about this and how you're feeling. Here is a new first look at your upcoming LR character. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Here you go. Drum roll, please. Yes, the answer is officially Red Helbram is getting the LR. It is not green. It is not blue. It's red. Red Helbram will be our next LR character, dropping this week over here in GC, upcoming over on Wednesday pretty much. Hero Arena started, they pushed it back 1 week pretty much to like give you content. You can't complain about content now because you had Freyr last week, you had Hero Arena. Now this week will probably be like a very dead week or some events because again everything has to end, okay, when the festival goes live. So it's gonna be Red Helbram, and whatever events they want to kick up, and then boom, they're pretty much done. With Red Helbram, there actually is a new effect or something happening with him. I'll talk about that in a second. So Reincarnation of Revenge, Fairy Helbram. This is the Red Helbram that will be getting this. Over here inflicts damage with 120% of attack on one enemy, depletes 1 ultimate gauge orb, then depletes 1, 300%, and then 450%, depletes 3 ultimate move. Over here increases basic stats by 5% per surviving ally. Over here increases fairy race allies' basic stats by 20%. Now, this is Petrify Helbram. Remember, back then, King Brum was a thing. That's what they're trying to, I guess, play off here. Stone Needle, over here, it's Petrify for 1 turn, 200%, 250%, Petrify for 2 turns. This is the one. And then also cancel buffs and stances. Again, over here, cancel buffs and stances, 350%, and then 280%. So this is kind of what they want to go for. They will be giving the LR to, over here, Reincarnation of Revenge, Red Helbram. What does this mean for a lot of you? It means something. It seems that the team up they're going to go for now is pairing, I guess, Kian with now Helbram and getting some sort of something, I'm guessing, some Petrify thing going here and bringing that aspect of it back. Remember, Kian, they have Petrify. So over here, LR has been confirmed to be Red Helbram. Also, a new gray icon is going to be added or included in his kit. Here's an icon over here. It's icon buff Eternal Stone Needle, which if you were to look at it, I'm pretty sure his attack is literally called, yeah, Stone Needle. So it's literally now a gray debuff coming off of this over here. So they're adding a gray debuff to the game coming off of Stone Needle. So that Petrify that he has, it's getting some sort of major upgrade, and that's the new thing that they're going to have there. Obviously, this is a very day one passive, first off as well. This is a very, 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 very day one passive. They're going to need to like make this unit, if it's going to be anything. First, the stats have to be like literally increase a lot, and then on top of that, this over here has to be heavily increased. The passive is horrific, right? The relic is like a saving factor for Helbram as a character. Obviously that saved him. Now this passive needs a bit of work, so curious on how far they take that passive and how much they increase it, but it looks like they're going for, I guess, some sort of Kian team. The crowd goes home very, very confused. I know, green just makes sense. Over here, King Brum meta making a comeback after all this time. Was to be expected, yeah, with Kian buffing Petrify. They finally remembered LRs exist and dropped Helbram. We went from a human collab to an unknown part 2, and an LR's fairy. I think the fairies need this, not gonna lie. Without the collabs, the fairies themselves aren't that all that great, and they're way too frail. Oh no, is King Brum back? It's a very high chance that's what they're trying to go for here, bringing some sort of similar thing to that. Red Helbram, the one with Petrify, yep. Yeah, King Brum team, Enduro unit, so an Enduro unit, what? Over here, what is it? They had such a good idea with LRs and somehow managed to fumble it every single time after the first. Yeah, there's countless better characters with the LR. Damn, bro got cooked. Bro got cooked. Over here, they were bringing King Brum back. I'm here for it. So, depending on how you feel about this, I'm curious. But yeah, it feels weird. We're going human. So, Fairy Festival. What was the part 2? I forgot who the part 2 before this was. Wasn't it something for Koa? Oh, it was that guy. He was the human support. So it was that dude. Pelgard. Was it Pelgard? It was Pelgard. Yeah, Pelgard, then Vargi. So it was human into 4 Koa. So what we've gone through basically is, let's start this again, right? We've gone fairy into human into 4 Koa strictly into human, like full collaboration, into unknown, into fairy LR. That's what we've gone to. So at this point, they're just like giving each race something. And I'm guessing that with, like, if you were to look at it, the last few LRs, they've been very heat. You can't say they haven't, right? The last 2 LRs have been very good. You had Brunhild, who made a really good comeback recently as well. She was good when she launched, and then with the release of Soul Leveling, there's some very fun teams that you incorporate with that. So she did really good with that. On top of that, you also had Merlin. Merlin did insane as well. So they could cook with this one if they choose to. Merlin was also a very, very, very good LR. But yeah, we've had our fair share of garbage LRs. Like, we've had our fair share of that. So where do we stand right now? They're doing something to buff up fairies. So if you are invested in Eminence collab team, mixed with Kian team, mixed with whatever the hell else fairies have, Lance team, I guess. If you have some sort of mixture of that, this is your LR. You are getting some sort of petrify comp coming to the game. Something, you know, something like that is what they're sort of going here, or going for here. Again, don't know how this is going to work. He needs a lot of love to be a decent character for fairies. They themselves are getting, like, they get pretty mediocre launches, to be like real with you. And they don't have enough high tier launches to make the full team perfect. So can this make the team even more perfect? I don't know. But they're obviously having to go against what Soul Leveling is and what other characters have dropped and team comps are being run here. They have to go against that. So there is potential, but there's also Netmarble. So with that, I don't know how else to leave this to you, but yeah, they're trying to bring back some sort of thing over here. A new great debuff attached to Stone Needle, making it some sort of debuff comp over here. Again, a big shout out to Lance as always for having the icon. Shout out to Voldemort for having the leak, but I think most of the leaks Discord, I saw that, like, their reactions. Most of them were like, bruh. Reddit is the same way. Most of them are like, bruh. They don't really seem too excited for this, but if you are a fairy fan, you're finally getting something, so you can't complain. I think this is the most, I truly think this is the most fairy releases you've had since, like, the 3-4 years now. Think about it. Am I wrong? Like, think logically. You had a collaboration that brought you those fairies. You had over here Kian, which was a very, very good festival launch as well. Earlier, like, not this year, but like technically almost, right, within this 1 year time span, you had Lance, which also performed very, very good for fairies. And what beyond that? Am I missing anything? You didn't have Bond. Bond wasn't there. I think we did have more fairy releases. I'm just gonna forget them now. But now you have an LR for fairies, so some sort of potential. We'll see how this goes. Red Helbram is getting an LR. Let me know how you feel about this down below. But this is again coming out next week, part of a dead week. After next week, remember, festival time. Yes, get your festival gems ready. I know all of you are sitting at like easy 900 gems because there was nothing to summon for, nothing major before this. It was, you should have skipped every banner for the last, like, 2 months, right? I'm joking around. All right, chill out. Peace out. Take care. Have fun. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Get ready. Get ready. Red Helbram LR coming soon.